Okay, so if I have one bit of advice, a tip is to start back here on the corner like I have where I just pointed at, and just slowly pull away at that corner. I use my nail just a little bit, just gently, so I can get in there and pull that corner back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this down gently, slowly like this at an angle, so I can start getting more and more of this, so I can slightly very slowly pull this back up this way all the way until it allows me to pull out one piece at a time. I may have to end up, stopping here somewhere where it becomes individual letters, but it worked for me on the other side where this entire piece from where the 4 is at right to where the R ended here, and then this comes up in pieces. So I'm going to try that next. Let's hope I can give it a little shot while I'm recording here. So be patient, bear with me as I go through this slowly. It's all right. Trick is to go slowly. That'll happen, and you'll get to a point where you can get everything all in one pull. And the trick is to do it nice and slowly. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna switch hands. I'm gonna do this very gently. All right, that's okay. Nice and slow. There we go. As you can see, it's starting to pull away over there, so I'm gonna stop and regain this edge to catch up with this piece, and we'll continue. Okay, so I'm back, and I managed to pull that back so it catched up, or should I say caught up with the rest of this pulling. And I noticed you can only pull like about, let's say, an inch at a time, and you got to get in a little closer. And if you do about that much at a time, be good. You saw it started to rip and tear there, so I don't want to pull too much, or else next thing you know I'll be jumping back and having to redo this all over again. So I'm doing this diligently, nice and slow. Here we go. It's looking pretty good. Now I know that when I get to that R, at some point it's gonna want to split up into individual letters. So I'm getting there now. The trick is even then to try to pull up as much as you can, nice and slow. That's what I meant. So we're just gonna have to slowly pull this back. Let's see if I can get this all in video where I can remove the majority of it and then go back and remove the smaller pieces. There we go. So I know that this has to go down here, so I'm gonna continue up at the top and pull this down. There we go. See what I meant? That it's gonna go down, and these little pieces are gonna have to come out a little bit at a time. But the thing is, you gotta cajole it to come off a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna get to this corner over here and see how much of that will pull back in one piece. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm gonna finish it off by removing these little pieces here. They're gonna take some putting a little bit of my nail in there, and switch over to my other hand and see if we can do this as quickly as possible. Well, not taking too much time here on you guys' showtime for me, so but it's working for me. I mean, look at that. Again, I started off on that right hand side where it finished up where the D was at, and I'm just gonna try to get this to come down as one piece. It may or may not work. Anyways, thanks for bearing with me, and hopefully this is helpful, so you're not picking away at little bit by little bit. Look at that. So the lettering has been removed. Now it's time to get this cleaned up with some Goo Gone. Not Goof Off, but Goo Gone. And I will show you in the video what the difference is. Goof Off is a really heavy paint stripper, where Goo Gone is a really gentle, delicate, orange oil-based adhesive remover, and that will not damage your paint finish. use it on other vehicles, other projects, and it's come out pretty good for me. But as you can see, I mean, this thing is still very, very thick on residue. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this and show you how I do that next, and show you the chemicals I'm gonna use.